What you don't do is to take one verse, which says 3 days and 3 nights, and contradict 25 others. So the verse to start with in describing then the crucifixion and the resurrection is Luke 24:21. We had hoped, the disciples are saying rather heartenedly, we'd hoped that he was the one to redeem Israel, speaking of Messiah. Yes, and besides all that, today, and it's Sunday, they're speaking on a Sunday, is the third day since the crucifixion took place. Well, what on earth would that be? If you're talking on Sunday and the third day since Wednesday, that wouldn't work at all. So the third day, you can't inclusively. Luke has a couple of examples of Jesus talking about today, tomorrow, and the third day. I think that's in Luke 12. That's counting inclusively. If you count inclusively, as Jesus himself does in the Gospel of Luke, then Friday is the third day back from Sunday, counting inclusively. That will fit with every other verse. The other one, 3 days and 3 nights, is a Hebrew idiom.
To emphasize for Matthew, the phrase in 3 days, after 3 days, 3 days, 3 nights mean the same thing. How do we know this? Because of what Anthony's telling you here, that there are two biblical methods employed, if you look at it carefully, by the biblical writers. The Hebrew way of counting time, counting inclusively, as Anthony was saying, and so-called Hebrew idioms or manners or ways of speaking. So when counting days, the Bible generally uses inclusive counting. You have a lot of examples throughout the scriptures. Genesis 42:17, Joseph's brothers are in prison 3 days and they're released on the third day before the completion actually of a full 3 days, if you look at that record. In Second Chronicles, the king says, come back after 3 days. Yet, if you look at the context in verse 12, it says that the people reported back on the third day, just as the king had ordered. So you'll note there that in actuality, the king had said after 3 days, not on the third day. And then you have other examples there you look at for the sake of time. I hope this chart helps. As Anthony was saying, counting inclusively. You also have Luke 13:32. The affirmation Luke 24:21, Friday day and night, that's 1 day, Saturday day and night, 2 days, and the Sunday as the Jews count the days. So if we apply this method of counting to his resurrection, it might look something like this. So you have Friday crucifixion, the today, the Sabbath, the tomorrow, the Sabbath day, and Sunday when he's raised on the first day of the week. So again, as we saw in Luke 24:21, on the first day of the week, that is Sunday afternoon, you had, for example, the man walking on the road to Emmaus, and as Anthony said, talking about the third day since all these things occurred. So